What's up, everybody? Mo Nazar here, and I'm playing Summoner's War. Actually, more specifically, I'm playing Trial of Ascension in Summoner's War. I'm on the 100th floor. So this is my YOLO speed team, the one that I showed in previous videos. I didn't really get into detail about the teams, only basic knowledge about TOA. So essentially, in this video, I'm going to show some of the runes at the end of the video. And as you can tell, I just got out of playing the whole thing on auto because I want to try to do this in one take. This is a YouTube video, so I want to make sure that I don't F up on a YouTube video and have to do another take again. So I'm going to be manualing this floor 100. So this is my YOLO team.
Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Now, I know I mentioned that it was my YOLO speed team. Well, it's not. It's actually my TOH boss level stage team. So, sorry about that. I mean, because like I was traveling from Penang to KL, and then I was trying to wait for the TOA to reset, and then the TOA started, and that was like 6 hours. So imagine a full night of like no sleep, then another 6 hours. I was practically, so yeah. Sorry about that. So, you know, slip of the tongue. Hey, back to editing.
That I will get into a little bit of detail in this video, and at the end of the video you can pause it at various points and you can see the runes that I have used for my team, for my speed YOLO speed team.
Mention it again.
I know.
And in a nutshell, essentially it's a Beretta, Varad, Bella, Spectra, and Mav. You know, Mav because he's Maverick. You know, he's got the knee for speed. He's as short as Tom Cruise. Seriously, I think some of you guys are a little too young for that movie. Top Gun, it came out in 1986. Holy crap, I feel so old. But yeah, I feel so Top Gun. But yeah, Tom Cruise is short, so I guess that's why they people call this penguin guy Mav. I think again, Tom Cruise is 5'7". I'm 5'7", so I'm short like Tom Cruise. Yay, I'm short like Tom Cruise. Okay, but back to TOA. Beretta. The reason why I use Beretta is because he's my dots, and he stuns because he's on despair, and he's also my attack bar manipulator. My Varad is also my attack bar manipulator, but I mean, because he's on violent, and he also has freeze. Like 2 of his abilities are freeze abilities, but no stuns. And some people I know are gonna say, "Hey, why don't you put some despair on him for the stuns?" But I think, in my honest opinion, that it is more efficient to rune him with violent. That's how I like to play it, because he moves over and over again, and with his freeze abilities, you get to use them all over again and again. That's how you play the Varad with violent. And Bella is there for the defense break and heal. The heal also comes in with an increase in attack bar, which is good. It helps. It really helps. Spectra is there to slow down the enemies and reduce their attack. I'm just gonna tell the chat that I'm on level 100. Just give me a sec right here. Damn, got 100. But yeah, okay. But yeah, if you're ever on Summoner's War and you're in the chat, just look me up. I'm always on chat room 137, so I'm always there. But yeah, back to my YOLO speed team.
Mention it again.
I know.
So Bella is my defense break and heals. Also comes with an attack bar manipulation. Increase in attack bar with the heal as well. Spectra is there to slow down the enemies and reduce their attack bar. Also, Spectra is my main nuker. Especially when I'm facing the boss. Well, when we get to the boss, I'll show you exactly why Spectra is part of my YOLO speed team.
You fucking mentioned it again.
I know, man. I know.
And the fact that Spectra is my only nuker, and how that plays into the whole thing. Yeah, it's practically the only nuker on the team, and I have to try to keep Spectra alive when I'm going up against the boss. And I'll show you when we get to the boss. And Mav, the short penguin Tom Cruise guy, he's a utilities guy. What he does is he stuns on his first skill, taunt and heal himself on second skill, but his moneymaker is his third skill, which is cleanse. Reduces allies' cooldown by 1 turn and also increases their attack speed. So essentially, his ability, which is a cleanse, is what you would need in TOA Hard. And TOA Hard, in a nutshell, what you need to do is slow down your opponents. That's what you want to do. Reduce their attack bar, and also stop them from moving, increasing your speed at the same time, so you get more turns, and also put some dots on them bitches. That's right, you know, put some dots on them bitches, or stickers, or however you want to call them. But I call them dots. Well, no, stickers is something else. But yeah, you know, dots. You want to put some dots on them bitches, and you repeat the process over and over and over again. Yeah, and that's essentially, like I said, TOA Hard in a nutshell. And once you get that all down and dirty in your team, you got the composition just right. You should be able to do TOA Hard on auto with the right team. Because if you can move 3 moves or 3 turns before the TOA monsters, basically you are already ready to play the whole thing in auto. I mean, you may have some issues here and there. That's why you want to play manual. But essentially, if you can get all that and move 3 turns before the TOA monsters, you are good to play auto. And that's because in 3 turns, all your skills would have been refreshed. You know, it would have been topped up. You would have been all good to go again to use your abilities, and that is good for when you're playing auto, you know. And I know some people are saying, hey, especially in the chat, people are saying, yeah, of course you can auto, you know, you have a Varad. Yes, I have a Varad, you know, and like I've said before, Summoner's War is all about using what you have, whatever's in your monster box. You may not have all the monsters, so I had a Varad, and you know, when I first started really actively playing Summoner's War, doing TOA Hard, I was still doing a lot of the emceeing and voiceover jobs and stuff like that. So I couldn't exactly be playing, because I also play other games like StarCraft, Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Total War and stuff like that. And these games are very skill heavy. And Summoner's War was that game that I played whenever I was working, you know, I mean, not while I was working, but sort of like to pass the time. And sometimes, you know, like in the middle of a game, it's good to be able to auto, because, you know, you got to focus on life, and that's what I did. So, okay, now we're at the boss. Like I said, you know, so this team composition is very good in a sense where, as you can tell, the boss can't do shiznit. That's right, nothing at all. So, this boss is not going to move at all. Yeah, so, you know, I know it sounds like bragging, but, you know, I'm gonna say it's freaking easy, you know, especially with Varad. And yes, again, I'm bragging. So if you're gonna say, well, you know, this guy, you know, he's got a Varad, he's bragging. Yes, I am, you know, because I have a Varad and had nothing else. I don't have galleons, I don't have, you know, but yeah. So so here, as you can see, the boss is not gonna even take 1 turn. The boss is not ever gonna move at all. That's what we need to do, and all we need to do is ensure that my only nuker, Spectra, does not die. And it's not because we're gonna be FUCK up the rear end. No, FUCK. That's no, FUCKED up the rear end. Sorry, correction there. You know, it's not because of that. It's because if Spectra dies, it's gonna be a fracking long game. It's gonna be so fracking long. This YouTube video is gonna make people fall asleep. You know, next thing you know, it's gonna feel like a lecture. So if Spectra dies, we're all effed. We're gonna have a very boring video and stuff like that. So let's cross our fingers and Spectra. Hope that Spectra doesn't die. But yeah, you know, and also another thing that I gotta worry about is that with this boss, he has reflex damage. Reflect damage. Sorry. So he reflects damage back to you. Because when you hit him, he deals some damage back. Reflect, you know, like a mirror. So we gotta make sure that Spectra is all healed up at all times, so Spectra doesn't die. And on the stage, like I said earlier, I'm relying on Varad, you know, and also bragging about it. But yeah, you know, I'm also relying heavily on Varad and Spectra. And I guess you can say Beretta is there for the attack bar manipulation, which I would only use if the boss's attack bar is above 50% during his turn. So yeah, this is how I deal with the boss on TOA Hard. Pretty easy, right? Yeah, and you know, once I do this YouTube video, I'll probably be doing some summoning. I'll put that into another video. And if you guys watch my previous video, I flipped out a little bit when I was summoning, and that's because you know, I mean, sometimes I do buy some of the scrolls and stuff like that, but a lot of the times I farm them, you know, and when you're farming them, you put a lot of effort into it. And I did say in the previous video that farming was hard. Actually, no, I would like to correct that. Farming is not hard. farming is effing tedious. It's tedious as fact, you know? Different ways of saying the F-U-C-K word, you know, fact, frack, you know, that's what you get from me. But yeah, you know, so farming is freaking tedious. And a lot of times when I'm farming is when I'm traveling or when I'm doing work and stuff like that, because I still do travel between Penang and KL. I take flights or I take the bus, whichever one is available and stuff like that. And I do play Summoner's War, and sometimes when I am having Skype calls and stuff like that, I do have it on the side. I am able to work. That's the beauty of this game as well. I mean, I think players like Syntac have mentioned that you can be very productive in life and actually play this game, and that's what I do as well. That being said, that does not mean that I do not feel the pinch of when I get 3 dupes in a month summoning. You know, that is really something that really ticks you off, because like those are hours in your life that you can't get back, you know. So and I always try to do things very efficiently, because I gotta be honest, I'm very impatient. That's the reason why, you know, especially with games. And I guess that's where the pain mechanism comes, you know, in games, especially that motivates you to want to get your monsters better, to get there, and you get really frustrated, and you spend hours and hours again. Why we do that, I have no idea. I guess it feels good when you finally do get what you want. But when you don't, yeah, you know, so I apologize if anyone watching my previous video, and they were like, oh, you know, more natural fits out. I'm sorry, sometimes I lose my cool. I'm only human. But yeah, so far since that video, since recording that video, I managed to get some 14 mystical scrolls, 1 legendary, 1 light and dark. And all I'm hoping right now, I'm just lowering my standards. I'm just hoping for that galleon, nothing else. Yeah, you know, because like I said, you know, it's pretty frustrating. It's pretty frustrating. And you know, because when you're farming, you're, you know, yes, I'm doing other things as well, but you know, I mean, it feels like time wasted. You know, that, like I could be focusing on other things. Like I said before in my videos, I'm trying to be more competitive. In Summoner's War. Oh shit! The tower just moved. Okay, I know I said the boss doesn't move at all, but I guess I forget that sometimes the towers move. So basically, most of my guys are on heal break. So yeah, that's gonna be real tricky, because my Spectra is like so freaking low. If you look at the game footage right now, I mean, you know, and the boss has reflect damage. So I get, as you can tell, I'm trying my best to keep my Spectra alive, for the sake of decreasing the annoyingness of this game. So Spectra has to survive. But yeah, okay, that tower moving was totally unexpected. That doesn't happen a lot, you know, but it does happen. So watch out for that, especially when you're playing the boss on TOA Hard. You know, because this game sometimes is random. You know, sometimes things happen, and sometimes it surprises you right in the balls. You know, that's what it does. It's like life. You know, Come to Us gives you lemons, you make freaking lemonade. You know, because Come to Us is like life. It's all random, and it's disappointing sometimes. But when the days are good, the days are good. So yeah, you know, and I keep a very busy schedule as much as possible. You know, aside from doing YouTube videos with you guys. You know, I also try to build other things as well. You know, I have meetings and stuff like that. So when I do not get what I want when I summon, it gets very frustrating, because then I would have to farm and farm again and go through the whole process, which is a headache and stuff like that. But yeah, so the boss's life is you know, like about a quarter. So we're gonna win this. It's easy. It's all in the bag and stuff like that. And if you notice, my Varad has got his Conquer Wings. You know, like I've been doing really well on RTA. You know, if you don't know, those Conquer Wings cost like 300 coins. So yeah, you know, and then on average, I get like about 100 coins. On average, yeah. So to get those is 300, so which means it was 300. It was 3 days worth of playing RTA. I keep accidentally clicking things, but yeah. So that's essentially what you do. Yeah, that's good. Sorry, sometimes I do chat every now and then. Yeah, so I was just saying on the chat, like, you know, come to us, galleon, please. You know, because I really want that galleon, and for some reason sometimes it's one of those things that I've learned growing up and stuff, that when you have objectives and you have goals, sometimes if you voice them out, if you tell people about it, the higher chance of, there you go, victory, yay, we win, the higher chance of achieving what you want, because when it's sort of like when you say it out into the world, how do I put this? Sometimes when you say things out into the world, it materializes, so that's why if you're ever down in a rut and you want to achieve something, maybe you yourself are watching this YouTube video and you're like, you know what, I can do what Mo Nasrul does. I can do YouTube videos and stuff like that. Yeah, just do it. Or if you can't do it, tell someone that, like, hey, you know what, I think I'm gonna do YouTube videos starting from, and have a confirmed time period. I'm gonna do YouTube videos starting next week Tuesday or next week Friday. I'm gonna get the camera, I'm gonna get the laptop, I'm gonna get the Elgato game capture, which is what I'm using. I'm gonna download the OBS and stuff like that. I'm gonna use all that, and I'm gonna make YouTube videos and see if I can make myself into a YouTuber. Yeah, I don't think I got anything much that one, but yeah, so essentially that's what you so that's what you want to do. All right, now we're scrolling through the rank. Yeah, so I'm ranked 25. I would have been 24 if it wasn't for that level 22 guy who's obviously a freaking hacker. I mean, you see that every now and then. Sometimes people. So this is my team. You can pause it. You can have a look at the different runes that I equip my team with. But yeah, I mean, back to the story. I mean, I got the idea of doing that from Mark Wahlberg. He was doing this movie about a boxer with Christian Bale. I can't remember what the name of the movie is. If you know what the movie name is, let me know in the comment section, because I totally forgot. But yeah, what he said was, when he was trying to put that movie together, he just told as many people as possible that he was going to do the movie. Yeah, and it put him on the spot where he had to make the movie. He produced it, so I mean, he's the one that put it together, the funds and everything like that. And also acted in it, and to motivate himself, he just told as many people as possible. Because what happens is that when you voice out what you want in life, whether it be a dream or what you want to achieve or what you want to do, if you keep it inside, what happens is that it's nothing more than a dream. But if you voice it out and people react to it, suddenly shit gets real. And that's what you want to do. And I'm doing all of this while playing Summoner's War, so I'm spending hours and hours working, spending hours and hours playing Summoner's War, hence why it hurts. But also at the same time, I just realized I gave some really good life advice. But yeah, I mean, if there is anything in life that you want to achieve, go do that, and I've been doing it for most of my life now, so I'm just gonna bump up my Praha at the moment just because I can. But yeah, so if anybody's watching this, that's the best life advice that I can give you. That, I mean, it's a tool to help you achieve what you want. Just tell people what you want to achieve, whether it be your mom, your brother, your sister, your friend, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, somebody that it's like a gym buddy. You want a gym buddy that helps you. That helps you keeps you motivated to keep going to the gym. And yeah, so essentially that's it in a nutshell, life advice. But yeah, my name is Mo Nasrul. I'm on YouTube, and maybe one day you'll be on YouTube too, So I'm life advice, Summoner's War, checking out.
Okay, ready? Let me know when.
Yeah, it's already on.
Selamat malam. Saya pengacara anda para malam ini. Saya Mo Nasrul, dan kita akan main perang penyuru dan raksasa saya. Oh shit, I lost my train of thought, man. Okay, what?